A very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. Of course, it is the international break, and as I had promised you guys, I'm going to be giving you these videos about strategies, because in betting, what we believe in are strategies, and they are do's and don'ts. Welcome back to the Sports Eye Predictions channel. This is the channel whereby you have to be watching so that you can be getting betting tips and even in-depth analysis of the betting tips. One time I was scrolling through the comment section, and somebody asked me to do for you guys a video about the under stroke over football strategy that will make you win repetitively. So guys, before I proceed, if it's your first channel, if it's your first time coming across this channel, one thing I would love to tell you is this is the channel that you have to be watching, the channel that has odds with value, and the channel that you have to be watching so that you can be able to at least make a fortune out of betting. But before I go any further to give you these football strategies for overs and unders, one thing you have to do for me is liking this video, subscribing to this channel, tapping on the notification button so that whenever we post these videos, you are always notified. So, of course, if you're looking for overs and unders, but I'm going to tell you guys, if you're looking for overs, one thing you have to be having in your mind is focusing on high scoring leagues. Why do I tell you you have to focus on high scoring leagues? Because if you focus on high scoring leagues, they are going to be able to deliver to you these goals. And not every league that you see in Europe is a high scoring league. I want you to be focusing on these leagues. First of all, the Dutch league. The Dutch league is a league whereby these over 2.5 goals is very possible for it to happen. The next league is the German Bundesliga. The next league is the Swiss league. Then the next league is the Sweden Allsvenskan. And the last league, that is the fifth league of the over 2.5 goal strategy, focusing on high scoring leagues, that is the Australian A-League. The Australian A-League, most of the times it happens whereby in some of the countries that is sub-Sahara, it's always either early in the morning for some of you guys, even the likes of Uganda, Kenya, DRC, Rwanda. So the Australian league is always played in the morning. So, and the other thing about this strategy, avoid defensive leagues for the over 2.5 goals, because most of these leagues are defensive and some are not. So these are the most defensive leagues in Europe. Make sure if you're looking for the over 2.5 goals, avoid the Greek Super League as you can. Avoid the Greek Super League as you can, and even avoid the Portuguese Liga, because the Portuguese Liga of recent, if I get a drink here, my throat. I'm smothering myself for the drink so that I can be able to give you guys these strategies. Avoid the Portuguese Liga. So we have seen the focusing on high leagues and even avoiding defensive leagues. So we are going on to number 2. Analyze teams according to recent forms, because guys, most of the times there is a saying that says that a striker is as good as his last game. Meaning, if the striker has scored goals in his last games, there is no way coach will not give the striker a place to start in the next match. So analyze the team recent forms. How do you analyze the team recent forms? Go into the last 5 games. First check, are these guys scoring? Are these guys conceding? If you see that a team is scoring and conceding, then that is very good for the over 2.5 goals. And so for instance, I want you to go and look at Chelsea. Chelsea of recent, let me check here. This Chelsea club, Chelsea, where are you? Chelsea. I want you to go and look at these matches for Chelsea. Like at some point they were quite conceding and even they were quite scoring. If you look at their numbers when they're playing against Copenhagen, 1-2. Then you look at Southampton, 4 versus Aston Villa. So Chelsea has been having that repeated form. It scores and also being scored at some point. Then 3. This is number 3. Check the head-to-head stats. Why do you have to check for the head-to-head stats? Because guys, this is very crucial. Checking the head-to-head stats, because checking the head-to-head stats, most of these teams you have to go back and see how have they been performing in their recent performance whenever they have been meeting. If you see that they have been scoring 2-1, 3-1, so it's also possible for this game to also have at least over 2.5 goals. Okay, so this is point number 4. Check the home and away performance, because if you're looking at most of these teams, some teams are good while they're at home, and while some teams are not very good while they have traveled on away. So you can go to Flash Score and you check, because you got Flash Score, they'll give you these teams, even they give you how they have been performing on away. So you can go to the away, how they've been performing at home, you see how many goals have they been scoring, and even you can go on away and you see how many goals they have been scoring. Okay, because most of these teams like concede more on away. So the yardstick you're going to be using for this game is the game between Newcastle and Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. Let me check mobile. Let me check here. Flash score. So Flash Score has the best. Let me go to Premier League here. You can see. So if you go to where there is Nottingham versus Newcastle, you will see that Nottingham has been conceding while Newcastle has also been conceding while scoring. So if you see how these teams have been meeting of recent, one thing you are sure of are the goals between these teams. That is Newcastle and Nottingham Forest. So I'm going to go on a 5th point, that is injuries and lineup. Why is this very important? Because if a team is missing on their key striker, then scoring may be a problem. I think you've seen this when Sporting Lisbon was playing against Dortmund, whereby Victor Gyökeres wasn't there, and believe me, Dortmund managed to do the needful against Sporting CP. The other thing is also, does the team have its key defenders, or are its key defenders out? I want you to go and look at the matches whereby Liverpool have been playing without Virgil van Dijk. They have been conceding a lot because the defensive line of Liverpool without Virgil van Dijk, my God, it's like a house with leaking iron sheets. That defense is very vulnerable to goals most of the times. So in this strategy, people who are scoring matter a lot more than these guys who are defense. So you make sure you also go and check into the injury list. If the key strikers are not there, then you have to be checking twice for that game. So I'm going to another point. This is point number 6. Odds that favor over 1.5 goals. These are the odds that favor over 1.5 goals. If you see a game and it's having over 1.5 goals, is having odd 1.25 to 1.35, and if it's very tight, it can go to 1.40 to the maximum. then this game is most likely to have over 2.5 goals, because goals in this game, they're likely to be making it. So the last of this video is going to be number 7. That is, avoid games without meaning. What are games without meaning? Because most of the times you might find a team that is playing a game that has no meaning. What are games that have no meaning? Avoid teams that have already been relegated, or teams that are fighting for nothing when they have just come to play, or teams that have already qualified for a tournament and they're just trying to play. So make sure you avoid them. Even teams that have already been relegated, because they have been relegated and they're fighting for nothing. So avoid those teams. So that is the short video. I didn't make it short and brief of the over and under football goals strategy, whereby you can apply it in betting so that you can be able to at least make a fortune out of betting. Have a very good day. See you. Bye bye.